Despite rising prices and persistent inflation, millions of Americans are planning to take a trip this summer. So we have financial planner at Financial Life Planners. We got Gina joining us with some tips on how to save money if you're going to be traveling. Good morning to you, Gina. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing great.
Great. Get us started here. Can you actually travel this summer and save some money?
Yeah, Steve, can you believe summer is already here? And it's time to make some memories, but not make debt. So my best piece of advice is to start off and proactively look at a budget. Do this first. Don't start planning the dream vacation and then budget. Really take a look at the budget, take a look at everything you can afford. And yes, of course, look at all of the obvious expenses like hotel and lodging and entertainment. But don't forget to factor in those expenses that we don't always think about, which is still running the household while you're gone. So whether it's pet sitting or house sitting, or if you're not bringing the kids, childcare, really make sure to take a look at all of those expenses and budget, and then find out what you can afford to plan the trip. It could be the difference between flying versus driving, but that budget is key, and doing that first.
You know, something I've often thought about, my wife and I, when we look at summer travel plans, we always sort of pick out the dates, get those approved days off, and then we try to find the plane tickets and all of that around that, and we realize, oh gosh, if we flew on Tuesday it'd be so much cheaper, but we already requested those days off. Should you maybe look to see cheaper times to travel before what days you take off work?
Yes, that's such a great point. Yeah, plan ahead, whether it's like you said, looking at the days that are, if you have that flexibility, that are going to be the cheapest, but you can really save in costs when you plan ahead. So, for example, looking at Groupon for those activities, if you know the day and the activity that you want to do ahead of time, you can go to Groupon and maybe get a cheaper rate. Another way that you can save costs, if you're planning a trip with friends or a larger group, and everybody would need a hotel room, that adds up quickly, and those logistics add up quickly too. So maybe it's looking at something like VRBO or Airbnb, which is super user friendly and a really great way to save costs as well. But the key there is planning ahead of time, if you have the luxury to do that. Absolutely.
That is a great idea. Are you seeing any trends that this is going to be a more expensive summer than we saw last summer?
Yeah, well, especially here with people trying to escape the heat, it does look like there will be a lot of summer travel. So plan ahead, look at saving costs, and really make sure that everybody gets on the same page for those costs, so they know what to expect. And so you don't want to be the bad guy that's saying, oh no, we can't afford this. Make sure everybody knows what you can afford, what those costs are. I work with a lot of retirees. We often see adult children that expect their parents to pay for everything, or vice versa, which is
That's
fine.
Always nice.
But yeah, right. Just make sure everybody's on the same page ahead of time, so that there's no, awkward conversations on the trip.
Good. Gina, thank you so much for joining us, talking about this. Financial Life Planners. Appreciate you, Gina.
Yeah. Oh, my pleasure.